지켰는데 I'll never regret all the time that you and I've spent. 이렇게나 자꾸 너만 보여 너를 원해. Everything about you is making me say knowing that I'm priceless, girl you are my treasure. I want you every single night.
Oh, every day, every night 넘쳐 흘러버린 맘에 내 두 손을 꼭 잡아줬으면 해. 조금만 더 맞춰줄래. 이렇게 나른하지 않아도 돼. 지금 이 순간을 그려보는 거야. 지금 이대로 가득히 한 그대로 영원히. 지금 이대로 가득히 우린 그대로 영원히.
You know I got it. I pull up, I come around, make my rounds, it's my town. You know I got it. Hey, when I'm around, they now. What's up now? This touchdown like. Hey, niggas from city be hating them niggas, don't show me no love. Hey, it is what it is, cause I'm brushing my shoulders, walk off with a shrug. Hey, the shit is a dub. Hey, the shit is a dub.
내 머릿속엔 there's something new. 아무리 즐기려 해봐도 Oh darling always 모르겠지만 말아봐라 내게 말아봐라 같은 말을 Says to myself lately Open your heart to see it Show that you got it this playground of your own 하나 둘셋 내 맘의 색을 찾아 하나 둘셋 내 silence One two tip your brush in your soul Color the way you want 하나 둘셋 내 멈추지는 마라 하나 둘셋 내 One two keep connecting your soul Present it to the world yeah I can't start fronting. I know it's coming. I need inspiration. 지난 밤하늘 밤이라도 저 바라바라 웃지 마. 쉽게 돌아오지 않던 감정. Says to myself lately. Open your heart to see it. Show that you got it this playground. Of your own. 하나 둘셋 내 맘의 색을 찾아 하나 둘셋 내 silence One two tip your brush in your soul Color the way you want 하나 둘셋 내 멈추지는 마라 하나 둘셋 내 One two keep connecting your soul Share the gift of yours 내 속의 anxiety들과 piece of who you are 내 속의 contentment and create who you are Tapestry of life handed 하나 둘셋 내 맘의 색을 찾아 하나 둘셋 내 silence One two tip your brush in your soul Color the way you want 하나 둘셋 내 멈추지는 마라 하나 둘셋 내 One two keep connecting your soul Paint your life the way you want 이런 적 없지 널 본 적이 없으니까 You keep me up every night 내 뷰새 띠같이 마침표 없는 dream I can't help falling in love Maybe I just wanna feel like you la 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 just like you're beautiful nightmare. You're beautiful nightmare. Beautiful nightmare. And I want to stay there with you. 돌이킬 수도 없을 만큼만 달콤한 고통은 더 달아다. 손 내밀면 닿을 듯 한 줌의 신기를 눈물로 사라진다. I wanna dive into your arms. Nowhere to hide, just like you're beautiful nightmare. You're beautiful nightmare. Beautiful nightmare. And I want to stay there with you. I want to dive into your arms. I want to into your arms. I wanna stay there with you. Nightmare, nightmare. You're beautiful nightmare. You're beautiful nightmare. Beautiful nightmare. And I want to stay there with you.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Roleplaying Unlimited presents The Coalescence Act 5. It is the final session of week 20. That means 120 sessions since we kicked off this second trilogy of The Coalescence last August. Pat on the back for everybody who's been here throughout all of that. It's been a long time coming, and we got a long ways to go, so hope you're in it for the long haul. You know that I am. I am your host, Tragically HP, coming to you live, ahead by a century. And disappointing you is getting me down. 2 natural 20s this session. Don't forget to use them. That is very true. Yeah, if you're going to do those preliminary redemptions, definitely a good idea to get them used and abused. Let's go check out what's going on in the Coalescence Gaming Lounge. Hope you're all having a great week so far. Halfway there. It's a short week if you're here in the U.S., probably for a lot of us, with the Memorial Day.
What's about to happen is going to be hard to watch.
Yep, as usual.
It's going to be great.
What's up?
Hello, good evening.
Hello, hello.
All right, so first order of business. I feel it important to call attention to this. Oh, it's not going to work if I'm not on the right map. I'm like 3 maps ahead of you guys here. Doesn't this just like break your heart? Oh, now he's trying to move him even further. Like how lonely, look how lonely he is. Just way out there by himself. Like all the parties are assembled, all our NPCs, everybody's got their own spot. And he's even over here. But there's this other version of Marcel that is just lonely and hanging out all the way down here by himself. I found it a little depressing and humorous.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's left out of a lot of games.
But apparently only the clone is left out of the games. The real article is right here, and apparently jumping around every time I ping his token, he just like bolts elsewhere like, don't call attention to me. Alright, we are at the entrance to the Crystal Cave. Fought our way past an illusionary wall, found a group of these wraiths. There goes another one, bolting as soon as I go ping on him there. Alright. Try this guy here. Yep, there he goes, bolting across the board. Must be part of a new Roll20 integration. But yes, they are known as the Flayed Wraiths. There used to be a lot more of them. Now there are not but 2 of them. This thing is obviously the more dangerous foe that we've had to deal with. Maybe if I just don't ping directly on the monster, that'll probably be helpful. The Incarnate Gloom is what we are facing here, and just a reminder, the dark aura emanating 30 feet in all directions from this token represents an area of magical darkness. So none of your characters, most of your characters are unable to see and really just swinging blindly here in the dark. I think J-Man is one of the few who was able to see this thing, so it is unfortunate that this is one of the one-time per year that he is not here for the entire session. He'll be back later on tonight, it sounds like. But for right now, he will go on to the Tunnel of Safetytude. Let's move that, change that, knock that out. And Dawn has the top initiative here. There we go again. I'm so used to pinging right on the token here. That's going to take some getting used to. But your turn. Go right ahead.
Alrighty. Since I can actually hear what's going on down here, I'm going to make my way to where this guy is, and I'm going to make a couple of attacks at disadvantage.
Alrighty. Is that what they mean when they say "hear, hear"? I hear what's going on over here? I never understood.
It could be.
I do fully understand the actual meaning of it, but that was funny. He was like, I hear what's going on here, so I'm going to go over here. Hear, hear. Well, geez, I guess we'll have to use that 27 instead. The resistances that we learned, huh?
Well, I didn't have my elemental infusion on there, but I'm going to be striking it with thunder.
Well,
For
there's
one more point of damage.
There's one. We are resistant to that 1 point of damage. We will reduce it down to 1 point of damage. I'm not certain what else we may have discovered. I'm guessing we discovered its resistance to non-magical damage. Otherwise, it's got a pretty decent assortment of other resistances, but I'm a little hesitant to go into it because we haven't, or I'm just not positive exactly what we've used. Does anybody have any go-tos that they are certain they've targeted this thing with? I will check in Justin's case.
Has someone used fire? I feel like that is usually a go-to.
Or radiant.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything that Justin has directly used here. So yeah, I guess we'll just we'll play it fresh this week. We know it's resistant to thunder.
Okay. Does the 15 hit?
The 15 does not hit, no.
Okay. Let me use a... Yeah, let me use a 4.
Okay. That will make up the difference. We'll take it.
Okay. And then I'm going to spend a key point to Flurry of Blows.
That's good. That's good. Yeah, now that we got this thing kind of wedged right here at the three-way intersection, it's not as horrific as it once seemed to be.
And that'll be the end of my turn.
Yeah, save some for everybody else. Gale, your turn.
Okay. So, attack number 1. Does that hit?
That is good.
And number 2.
Swipe. Okie dokie.
Does that hit?
It sure does.
Okay, and that is my turn.
All right, that's Kimberly, your turn.
So I'm like on the ceiling, but I would still be considered in melee with this super creepy image thing, right?
Yes.
Darn. First two people went too fast, and I still don't know what I'm gonna do.
Okay, we will go slower next time.
I appreciate that. Yeah, well, we can do this.
Alrighty. Who are we including? And where's the origin point?
Sorry, my push to talk is being weird. So 10 foot, so I want it on the big guy, but I would like it to include Wraith 2. I'm assuming those would be the only ones I could get.
Well, technically you could touch all three of them and just exclude Spartan and
Okay, I'll
yourself.
do that. Yeah, I'll do that. And I think my spell save is wrong on there. My spell save is a 16.
Okay. Let's get rid of that. Let's check on you. Okay. This is one action, necrotic damage, yeah?
Yes.
Okay. That is a new discovery. We are all immune to necrotic.
Gosh, dang it. Well, that sucks.
Pablo. Somebody's bringing us a delivery. How dare they intrude on his quiet time? Yeah, finding out things are completely immune to your damage. That is not the way you want to start off. Did you want to do any move or just chill out right there?
Oh, I'm not moving. But okay. This is my first time playing a caster with you, so I'm still figuring things out. But if I use a sorcerer point to quicken a spell, can I do a cantrip?
I think so. I know you can always do a cantrip as long as it would be a bonus action in this instance, but I would assume a cantrip would qualify under that situation.
Okay, I just want to make sure because of multiple spells how that all works.
Right. Yeah, 2 leveled spells in the same turn. That's the big difference between mine and J-Man's games, is that he does allow those, whereas I stick with 1 cantrip, 1 leveled spell, action, bonus action, preconditions, what have you.
I don't know if psychic damage is going to do anything to these guys either, but you know, why not? Give it a shot.
Which
on
one?
Wraith 2.
Wraith 2, intelligence save.
Also 16.
Okay. Do I get that natural 20? Any chance I got magic resistance? No. I certainly do not, so yeah, let me see some damage.
Wow.
Wow, indeed. Gosh, all
But,
right.
you know, it's better than doing 0 damage with my 5th level spell like I did 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, that's true. Oh boy. All right, shall we check in with Spartan?
All right. So I'm going to see this flayed Wraith 2. I'm going to smack it.
Anybody know why this guy's got a question mark on him? I feel like Spartan's responsible, but I can't remember.
No, it's me. I did a spell on it.
Well, that's rude.
Oh, yeah, it's the same one I just did on this one. It takes psychic damage and then subtract a d4 from the next saving throw it makes.
Okay, well, we'll just...
Before the end of my next turn, so that one is gone, but it gets put on the next one.
Okay.
Am I good to go now?
Get her done.
All right, yeah, I'm going to smack this Wraith 2 using all of my abilities. Great Weapon Master and Peerless Fighter.
Oh, that was almost a foolish blunder right there. The AC is exactly 12, so you just barely hit, but you did almost 50 more points of damage than was necessary. Anything happens at 0? No, it just expires. So that one's done. See you later.
And then I'm I'm going to use a nat 20, auto nat 20 on Wraith 3 for my greatsword.
Okay. Well, let's see. That's 40 points of damage there, plus another a hell of a lot more for the crit, so that's going to be a day for that one as well.
And with my Great Weapon Master feat attack, I will use another nat 20 to attack this bloom.
You're going to attack Kimberly's character?
How
The
dare
gloom, the giant cloud of gloom.
Alrighty. That's one of those good news, bad news situations. Anybody else who was waiting their turn for the last half hour and wanted to play? Nope. Maybe next combat because everybody used their big abilities right here. We'll have something for you next time around. We're gonna close this initiative. None of these things leave behind any body or possessions or anything of any interest for those of you who are immediately starting to paw through the dirt. These were all incorporeal undead, and none of them had any items that you ever saw them use against you. Apparently Peely Beal dies of shock. Ahsoka extinguishes her lightsabers and looks at the approaching characters. Raises an eyebrow. Are we going to have a problem?
I mean, I was just coming over to say hi because I think you're on our side.
I'd like to think the same.
Yeah, I wasn't planning on starting any trouble.
You'll find no problems from me then. I go by Ahsoka. And you are?
I am Manuel.
I'm Zavara.
Manuel's like
Spartan.
speaking from around the corner where he can't even be seen. Somebody's introducing himself, but I don't know quite who it is yet.
And this is Moahula, the Leonin.
I'm Kaelin.
She looks about a bit curiously at the people introducing themselves from around the corner. Are they joking?
I mean, I just met these people, so I don't really know what's going on.
I just heard people mentioning their names, so I decided to mention my name.
She gestures at
Where did you come from?
Open lake there behind her. I was over there checking out a wall of crystal. Pretty certain this cave has a special resonance with my kind. It's what drew me down here in the first place. That and... well, it's been the common theme here in week 20. Every session has gone through it. Let's get it going here as well. It's time for our Coalescence Nexus event. I always preface this with those of our characters who are magically inclined. Doesn't necessarily matter how your character is inclined, what class, how many levels you have in it. It all kind of appears the same. You can sense a very extreme, unstable force of magic occurring kind of below where you're at, but still a distance further to the east, across this chamber and probably down a slope. If you had to guess, you don't have an exact measurement, just a general idea. This Nexus event of unstable magic, your characters who are magically gifted are certain this is a time-sensitive event, and the outcome of whatever it might be is completely uncertain. Whether this is a good thing, whether this is a bad thing, it's completely... what's going on here? What the fuck's going on here? I thought to change this up here. Awesome possum. 6942. Good to see you good to see you right now, my friend. How are you? So we do the Arnold Braunschweiger voice change right here for the narration. And then we got to go back and do that. Thank you, Kimberly. Okay, so yes, back to the Nexus event. Your characters are quite certain that this is occurring, and it's a time clock that is ticking away very quickly. And those of your characters who are magically inclined, you are quite certain that you are able to influence this event in some way, shape, or form. Now, for those of your characters who are more of the physically gifted and not so mentally gifted, you don't necessarily know the Dewey Decimal System, but you certainly are all about pumping the iron. Your characters, likewise, you can kind of sense this vague energy almost all around you. You don't have the same direction to it that the other characters do, but you can certainly tell that something abuzz is going on, and it's very important. And it's at that moment that Ahsoka responds to your question. I don't know why this is my voice, but I come from back there. I was checking out the wall of Kyber crystals when I sensed the presence of these undead creatures in the area around us. So I came over to check it out, and you had already defeated them. How is it that you came down here?
I'm not sure if it's the alcohol talking or these crystal thingamadiggers, but there's something weird going on to the south and like east of us. Do you want to come with us and check it out?
Did you take care of the undead that were up on the surface?
Oh yeah, those
yeah.
are gone.
That's good. That's smart. I want to make sure that they're not going to come back down and get us from behind while we're down here exploring. We can join each other's company for a time, if you find it acceptable. Get to learn a bit more about each of you while we're at it. Come, let me show you. And she will lead you across the crystal bridge that makes it so that you don't have to go swimming across the way here. And this large wall at the far end is completely embedded in different color Kyber crystals. And then she goes around the other side and says, "This is where I was exploring when I sensed the sounds of combat."
You said something about your kind. What exactly is your kind?
She gestures down at her lightsabers and the robes that she's wearing. This is not a dead giveaway, I take it?
No. Does this outfit that give away what I am?
She smiles.
Oh, yeah, probably.
I am a Jedi Knight, although I am not certain if that bears any weight or relevance in this place. I do not believe I am where I hail from.
If you're a knight, where's your armor?
My armor is the Force.
What, you have like this magical force armor around you? Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
In a manner of speaking, you are absolutely correct.
Spartan would like to ask about the little metal stick that she gestured to and questions. You said lightsaber. What is that?
It is the weapon of a Jedi Knight. Not as clumsy or random as a blaster. It's an elegant weapon from a civilized age.
What's a blaster?
It's a projectile that fires bolts of energy. She looks around if any of you have a crossbow or a bow on your person. It's similar to one of those.
And all of you Jedi Knights have these lightsabers?
Those of us who are trained, yes. It is quite a dangerous weapon.
Sorry, where can I get armor like yours?
It depends on how many decades you have to devote to training. and whether the Order will accept such. Typically, they begin their training before one reaches the age of 5. There are many who are gifted with aspects of the Force, but a fully trained Jedi is often the result of decades of dedication, focus, and study.
Spartan would like to ask if he could examine the lightsaber hilt thing. Nope, not knowing if it'll work at all if he holds it.
Perhaps after we have gotten to know each other. I only just met you. I'm not in the habit of handing over not only my most sacred, but my only possession to complete strangers.
Rightfully fair. Rightfully fair. Just a very interesting weapon.
Oh, Katie's off all here by herself now, yep. Yeah, head off to the east across the Crystal
I'm
Bridge.
a lone wolf, baby.
Yeah, go across the Crystal Bridge and you can't miss us. We're on the other side of the wall right there. You can see some of us there, I'm sure. Yep, there you go.
Did Spartan get a glimpse of the color of the lightsaber before she put it away?
Hers are pure white. And she looks at Ozzy's lightsaber. So this is not completely unfamiliar to you. Where did you acquire such?
Good question. Peely Bill does not have a good answer for that right now.
She'll raise an eyebrow. Very well.
Just let me stew on it for a minute.
You also mentioned Kyber crystals? What special sense do these have?
Oh, while you guys are doing that, I'm going to call for the merchant, and I'm going to buy the bow that I said I was going to buy.
Sounds like a plan.
I already added it to my sheet and deducted my coin. If anyone wants to buy the stuff that they said that they were going to buy, now's a good time. If not, we can let the guy go.
Very good. Yeah, we can certainly take a brief
I will
pause.
be buying those boots that I kind of tried to link into in the one chat.
Okay.
Red thing. I don't know.
Spartan would like to ask Ahsoka about how the Kyber crystals are mined/harvested.
Unless you are a Jedi, such knowledge is not to be shared. Such line of questioning is quite concerning as well, as I can only deduct that one would only ask such if they had interest in obtaining the crystals within this place. I must therefore ask, what interest would you have with an entire mine filled with Kyber crystals, or even some of the crystals within?
I would
To
not
what-
need such amount of these. I would probably only require one crystal. I wouldn't know what to do with the rest of them.
Are you in the habit of acquiring items of interest from the places you go? You feel entitled to such things?
Not entitled per se.
I see.
Being part of the knighthood background, I tend to want to protect my party as best as I can, and knowing that I can defend them by taking down any enemy that might want to hurt them.
An admirable quality. Not drawing what one has to do with the other.
Mainly the ability to defend my party is the moral aspect I take, making sure I can defend them with the weapon I'm given.
The ends justify the means. And to what morals or codes do any of you subscribe to? What is it that bands your group together in common cause?
We were all brought here from various places to fight these undead things to figure out how to make them not undead anymore.
You seek to reverse the undead transformation?
Bingo.
That is as admirable a cause as I can imagine. To what do you believe you have a chance of accomplishing this? Have you successfully done this already?
There was one with us that actually retained their intelligence, and I think they're with a different group because we were all together for a period of time, and we got to meet some of these people and stuff, and then we're off on our own, and weird things happen, and then we're now in this scenario, and we haven't seen hide nor hear of like many of the other groups.
Looking at the wrong merchant list right there and trying to claim items from somebody else's table. That's not cool. Even if it is your own table on the other side.
Quick question. What does True Sight give me from the crystals? Like, what do I see when I'm looking around?
They are not anything other than they appear to be.
Can I assume the same is with Ahsoka?
That is correct.
Nice, you're badass.
She looks at the... Oh, go ahead.
Does anyone else feel that weird, like, magic pull thing? Like, should we be checking that out?
Would that be a perception check to see if we feel it?
Nope. Already went through the narration in that respect. It's just to what degree does your character feel it based on their magical affinity. Ahsoka certainly nods along in agreement to checking that out. She kind of gestures further north down the hallway, or the passageway, I should say. That thief just taking everything. I'm just going to take it. Oh, yep, I don't have Kimberly's character linked to my permissions here, so I cannot see through her line of sight. That's why that's going on. Ta-da! Alright, we have found the edge of the map. Hey, everybody, go ahead and drag yourself over.
It's dark over here.
Oh, something's happening here in Streamland. It's usually a good sound. Unless somebody's sending, hey, fuck you, Tragically HP. And in a very nice way here. Ah, it's Gale subscribing for the 22nd month. Very kind of you. Thank you, my friend. Well, we are no longer Lost Jedi. We are elsewhere. Perfection. Okay. I'll have to get back on that Discord message. I'm not sure how we would accomplish that necessarily. Oh yeah, it's about to get really bright in here. Really, really bright. See how this map looks. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yes, indeed. This area is very bright. Once we make it to the other side of the passageway here, there are, as we can certainly see, numerous lights stationed and positioned along the groundway, mounted into the walls. Some of these walls, notably the ones with, let's hold, once everybody gets out here and you can see things with red health bars. No further movement from that point, please. Once you are in this area to where you can see the mounted lights upon the walls, yeah, I'm gonna likely do some adjustments here. Yep, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Alright. There is obvious signs of digging, is ultimately what I was trying to get to there while we were all scattering across the area. Gonna move Ahsoka like to right there. And then we are gonna take... Who's got the highest passive perception? Motherfuck!
I've got 16. Somebody's bound to have higher than that.
I got a lot. I got 24.
Get 19.
How does the drunkard have the highest passive perception?
I'm trained in perception. I have highest wisdom out of everybody, and yeah, and stuff.
I'm never perceptive when I'm drunk. This is amazing. I think Manuel Matheson might be the first of his kind. Hats off, sir.
Well, Manuel is certainly the first one of us to notice it, but all of us, once our attention is drawn to it, can also make note of the little devices installed into the rock at about ankle level here as one descends the stairs. These devices emit a barely perceptible line of red laser connecting one to the other, and Manuel has not seen a whole lot of advanced tech, so it may not be obvious exactly what this is. What is his insight passive?
His passive insight would be a 20.
I mean, lasers and laser, baser, bobaser, banana, fana, faux phaser. But that has all the makings of a tripwire, which he's more than familiar with, so you're certainly thinking we just set something off here. And no sooner is that revelation made than our Imperial interrogation droids floating above the chasm between locations here. We can see what used to be a mighty crystal of Kyber origin that probably connected, making a mighty bridge. But it appears that that has since been snapped in twain.
Hey, Ahsoka, why are there tripwires made of light? I mean, you really can't trip anybody with light.
Her eyes just go wide for a second and she starts to say, "Get down! Get down!" And yeah, the ITO interrogation droids are going to open fire with electrical shock rays. We're going to target first Peely, the one right out on the front lines here.
Yo.
Zot.
Oh, I think I got rid of the wrong monkey son. I have one here that has nothing underneath.
Try a second shot at Zavara, who's also kind of up in the front of the party. That is 21 for 11. Lightning damage there. And then I'm thinking it's between one of the two of you. It's going to be Spartan. Nope, I ain't going to touch anybody. Who's got a passive perception of 16 or higher?
Spartan.
I do.
Peely.
Those of you in this camp can hear numerous voices from across the chasm. Some of them coming from up here, others of them like over here, some of them down here. They are speaking a form of common, it sounds like, but really you're just making out the tenor and the tone more so than the actual words at this distance, even with those of us with the greatest passive perception. Manuel is able to discern that it appears somebody or some buddies are barking orders over there on the other side of the chasm. This would be the point where the initiative tracker is brought out. And you all know what to do from here.
Can Spartan tell how far of a distance of a gap is in between?
What you can see.
Like, damn.
Wow!
I think they go twice in a round.
Let's check the interrogation droids. Not so hot. Don't mind me. Whoa! Don't mind me. Six of you, 4 of me. Looks like Manuel's got the top of the order here. Ahsoka batting second, Moahula in third. We got Spartan, and then a cowardly Imperial officer going after that before Pelebeal, bracketing the interrogation droid and a group of stormtroopers. Brazilial on a 13, and yes indeed, at some point, hopefully before our halftime break, Zavara on a mighty 7 on the initiative tracker. So Dawn, yep, you got the top. Go right ahead. Your characters are probably so used to the heavy gloom and your dark vision goggles that even this area, like these are very bright lights, like mining lights, so it's not blinding, but it's damn close as you guys step into here and then all of a sudden start getting shot at to boot.
Okay. And we're getting shot at from like across the chasm?
Correct, from multiple directions across the chasm. North, south, center.
I can't see them. How can they see us?
I'm going to let you look around at the 30 lights that that are currently spotlighting your entire group here and let you ask that question again.
Okay, so how can they see... oh, wait. All right, I'm going to fire a couple of arrows from my +1 bow from here because I haven't had time to attune to my Corpse Slayer,
Right.
which wouldn't have done anything extra anyways because these are not corpses.
Right. Shooting at the ITO droid there, a 14, not so good. This thing's pretty nimble up there in the sky.
How about the 17?
That is on the money. What element?
Oh, no elements because it's not part of my unarmed strikes.
Okay.
I just
We'll
didn't
take
turn it off yet.
Gotcha. That's a solid hit. It takes all the damage.
It will take an extra force from my Gloomstalker ability. Let me roll that. Where is Gloomstalker? There we go.
Okay. I can do that.
And it's piercing instead of bludgeon, if that makes any difference.
In this case, it does not.
Okay. And that will be the end of my turn.
That's going to bring up Ahsoka. Currently all the way back here. Oh, yep, now I had her attached to two different things, so now the droid got pulled out of position as well. Damn it! Gotta warn a dude before you start making these changes, roll 20. Oh... Alright, we're gonna use the Force for force speed, or as you know it, expeditious retreat. Are we looking at water or a drop-off? That's a drop-off as best we can tell. There is no ground within line of sight. Okay, so after that we are 10, 20, 30, and then we are going to bonus action dash right here. And then we're going to use our action to do a force jump. Still 15 feet of movement here. And she's got lightsabers, so let's turn those babies on. It's low light, but it's a little something. 15 more feet of movement. Look at that. You guys are able to see a couple stormtroopers out there through the light of her blades. But that is her entire action. Unless she does her action surge. I think we're going to hold on to that. So we'll pass it back over to Gale's turn here.
There's nothing nearby that I can hit, though, right?
There's nothing within melee reach. That is absolutely correct.
I don't know that I can do anything. Oh, Don told me to dodge?
Go on the defensive. Anything shoots you is going to be a disadvantage. That's always an option. Can also take full cover behind this thing if you want to really make it hard for anything to shoot at you, if that's the play.
What thing?
This structure of stone just to the south of your position. This drilled out bit of Kyber crystal ore.
Okay, yeah, that sounds good.
Well, all right. Let's see what Spartan has up his sleeve.
Okay, so as a bonus action, I am going to use my newly acquired ring of jumping to cast jump on myself. And then I'm going to do a running jump from here to
When
there.
did you pick up the ring of jumping?
When he summoned the guy, unless I'm not able to do that as of yet.
Well, the major issue is it requires attunement, which takes an hour. So you have the item, you're wearing it even, you're just not able to make use of
the
it.
ability.
Yeah.
Right.
You could probably
Alright.
make it from here to here.
Well,
Maybe.
I do have boots of speed, so instead I could activate those and make it so that I have a lot more movement.
Well, the jumping mechanics are based off of, I believe, your strength score. It's like multiplied by that. Like a 30-foot jump is pretty extreme. I don't know that it's impossible, but I think it's probably something only the strongest characters are going to be able to accomplish. This is a good time to probably look into this right here. Jumping from the PHB. If you move at least 10 feet, I'm sorry, on foot immediately before the jump, you can cover a number of feet up to your strength score. So if you have a strength of 30, then you can make that 30-foot jump as long as you get at least a 10-foot running start. If it's just a standing jump, it's half that distance.
With the feet athlete, does that help me at all?
If it says it does, absolutely.
It says instead of 10, it's 5 feet.
What?
But here, I'll post it. At the very bottom. You can make a running long jump.
Oh.
Only 5 feet on foot rather than 10 feet.
Yeah,
but
I mean, if
I still need a 30 in order
Yeah.
to get up there.
Exactly. What is this? Okay. Well, what is your strength modifier?
6, so that'll be a 28.
I mean, that's close, but you're, shoo. What's your strength score?
22.
22. Yeah, I'm not sure what that calculator was right there. That's probably somebody's homebrew, but I tends to just sticks with what we got here in the PHB. But in a situation where you're literally going to fall 2 feet short, I would give you an athletics check to try and catch yourself on the far end of it. But just know that failure is not going to go kindly, probably.
Could I use a nat 20 for it? I have one nat 20 left. Could I use that in order to succeed?
You've used 2 of them tonight already, and you bought 2 of them at the start of the session.
Correct. I just haven't used the other last one. Because I had it last session as well. I just haven't used it.
Yeah, that's I will allow a once and final time for that. From now on, they got to be used in the session where they are purchased, because I can't track these things, and I don't like these ephemeral auto nat 20s hanging out there.
I will then go with my movement to pick up Peely Beal and move over to the designated area.
Now we're all right. What are we doing here? Now that we've gone through the entire specs of what we're gonna do here, now we're gonna add a second character to the mix. Like, come on, what are we doing here?
If it can't carry me, it's fine.
I mean, he's literally going to catch the edge of this thing with both hands. Okay. What if... God damn it. How much weight can Spartan carry? How much weight does Peely Beal weigh? And please don't tell me he's 1 foot 2 inches tall and weighs 9 pounds.
With the stuff he's carrying, probably about 210 kilograms or pounds, or however the metric is in the game.
My total weight on my character is 107 for equipment. 165. Doesn't look like I'll be able to get you, Peely Beal.
That's fine. I'll find a way.
Alright, then I'm going to just run past all of them and do the jump without Peely Beal.
Alrighty.
You said athletics check?
Well, if you're going to use your natural 20,
Yeah.
that's going to get the job done. And
Okay.
I'm going to call your turn on the other side of that jump right there.
Alright, yep, that's end of turn.
Okay, I know it's kind of late to mention that I found a jump calculator online that will help us out for anybody else who wants to try to do some jumping.
I think it might be the same one I sent Daniel.
Is this something that somebody copied over from the PHB, or is this an extension homebrew? Because I feel like we're going in circles here on Like we're coming up on like a 15-minute turn. I feel like.
Yeah, no. What it is a it's like an app type thing that was created. So you put your strength score in, how tall your character is. It'll tell you what your running jump with 10 feet of movement is, distance and everything like that. Plus, it adds in a couple of the abilities. So like Monk Step of the Wind, it'll calculate that into it too. If you have the athletics feat, blah 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 blah. So.
Yeah, that's 3E stuff right there, as far as I'm concerned. All right, Imperial officers are going to take their turn now. We got one of them right here. Okay. Got one of them right there. Is going to step up. And we will try to take a shot at the Jedi. That's not happening. We will bonus action command our platoon, or most of them, to open fire. One, two, three. One of those shots is going to get through on Ahsoka. The third shot was intended for Spartan, but that 8 is not going to do anybody anything. 30 points of damage off Ahsoka, though. That's that hurts. I don't know that we do anything about that. Nope. And then we're going to do a little bit more of the same, except these shots might be offsetting. Oh no, we got good range with these things, and thanks to the spotlights over here. Okay. Yeah, these 4 are going to open fire on Spartan. Or, I'm sorry, 3 of them at the orders of the officer in their midst. That's about what you can expect from stormtroopers. And then down here, these 4, we're going to have 3 of them open fire across the way. We're going to do 1 shot on Manuel, 1 on Zavara, 1 on Pilibil. Damn! 22 to hit Dawn. 21.
I don't like this.
21 to hit Katie. 20 to hit Paul.
Oh, wait.
Wait.
This is radiant damage. I don't know why it's just showing as flat numbers, but it's radiant.
Who was the second one at?
Shot was on you.
Okay, because you said Zavara and then you said Katie. So
Oh, did I? My bad.
All good. I just wanted to make sure.
All right. Okay, so that's
Okay.
it.
Does my deflect work on this or not? Because it's radiant.
It does. It's a ranged attack. Yeah, you can mystically like catch and what have you. Blaster damage.
So I reduced 22 points of damage.
Badass. I did not attack you. I had a little flub right there.
Oh, okay, no problem. Thank you.
Well, no, I'm talking to Katie now.
Oh.
Okay, and I double-clicked the initiative. It is Paul's turn right now.
Hell yeah. I'm just going to steady aim and take a shot at the that's closest right here.
Okay.
Does the 20 hit?
A 20 will hit. That's a good amount of damage.
And I can't move, so that will be me.
Okay, now the droids will activate. Yeah, this one starts... I am never gonna learn. This one starts buzzing and beeping and flashing, emitting loud alarms. And then it floats over here and activates its self-destruct, which is going to prompt dexterity saves from Spartan and Ahsoka. This is a 10-foot radius, so it's perfectly positioned to not hit the stormtroopers. Whether that was intentional or not, who knows? Don't mind the attack rolls right there. I cannot crit this thing. So it's 35 fire damage. DC 16 will reduce that down to 17 fire damage. Ahsoka's dexterity save is good. And we will take that as well. Ouch. Yeah, she is not liking that. And that's just one of the droids. Blows itself up, scatters its remains down into the chasm.
You said 17 for a successful save?
Mm-hmm.
17 halved is 8.
8. And then the nearest one here will try to zot Spartan on the end of the bridge. That's not doing anything. And we'll try a little bit of the same with the other interrogation droid. That's not good. Nope. Then we move on to the stormtroopers. Well, shit. Got people diving for cover on the other side. One guy took a shot. One guy caught a blaster bolt with his bare hands. That's a little demoralizing. I don't know. And then there's this guy that's just tantalizingly right there on the edge. We're just wishing we had a push attack of some sort. We do not, so our best go is to try to batter him with blaster fire here and see if we can cause him to stumble. Doubtful, but we'll try it. We're going to take 4 shots with the northern contingent. Double natural ones. And miss. He's like fucking tap dancing out there on the edge. Like, come at me, bro. Come at me, bro. You can't hit shit.
Typical stormtroopers.
Exactly. I mean, I tried to make them true to form, and I mean, there's our combat scales balance and very wildly. You guys face off against some pretty lethal undead a lot of the time, and now all of a sudden there's low-level stormtroopers in here trying to shoot at you. These guys here, I think, are going to try to shoot at Ahsoka. We do not have the gunner feat yet. So that's going to be a pair of misses. The 2 right here will try a bit of the same without the disadvantage. A 22 is good enough to hit her, but that is going to bring up a reaction as she uses the Force to increase her defense to a 23. And then finally, the 4 of them On the south side, I think one of them can barely see Moahula over there. The rest of them not so much. This giant formation of crystal is pretty much blocking Spartan from our line of sight and vice versa. So I think over here is our sweet spot. 4 of us, 4 of you. So Dawn, Kimberly, Paul, Katie, in that order. We're going to take a shot on each of you. Dawn, Kimberly, Paul, and Katie. Miss, miss, miss. The only one I hit is Katie for 12, it looks like. Radiant blaster bolt firing all the way from across the chasm here. She doesn't even see where who's shooting at her, but they know that they can see her thanks to all these lights right there. It's your turn, Katie.
Well, that's fun. I always love getting shot at by people I can't see. It's amazing. I don't know how you knew I loved that, but thank you. So blessed. Okay, I am going to start to kind of stalk forward here. What is my move? Oh, 35. Fancy.
Can you fly, or did you just, like, dive off?
Oh, is that like a chasm? Okay. I thought it was just dark. I thought it was just like, oh, there's like weird shape.
Oh yeah, that's probably certain death if you can't somehow fly through that.
Now, if it were water, I could swim. I am amphibious. I guess I'm just gonna go. Ugh. Oh, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Shit. I need to be smarter as a human person. I want to go. That is north. I don't know why I almost said south. Okay. Okay, and then I am going to use my longbow, I guess. Right? Yeah, it's only 65 feet, totally good. And I will do both shots on this one that's like directly across from me.
Gotcha. Can just barely see that one thanks to the lightsaber light. And 12 is not good enough for the second shot. That 24 will certainly hit, and 20 damage is most of what a standard stormtrooper's got.
And would a force point possibly get me to the AC to make that into a hit, or is it just so wildly off that...
Oh yeah, 16 is their AC. They get that plastoid armor. It's mostly useful, but if you're persistent, you'll get through it.
Alright, so 2d6.
Alright. And
did I hit? Did I turn it into a hit?
That's going to hit. That's going to cause a little stumble.
Favorite words.
And then a fall down into the chasm, followed by the... And there we go.
I hope that it was that, like, shitty sci-fi movie scream. I hope it was exactly like that. I hope it was. And then I will use my bonus action to kind of like... Are these sticking up or going out?
They're kind of angled up, and then the other one's kind of angled down, almost like if you had a motorcycle. This would be like tantalizingly too perfect to ignore.
That's pretty accurate, probably. Is it something I can like hide behind to give some sort of cover to myself?
Perhaps the this one right here kind of stands more straight up than extends into the chasm like the larger one here.
I'll use the rest of my movement and go over there, and then roll my stealth for my hide. But you can pass it on to Zavara.
And we will. Let's check in.
Yay! Okay. I'm gonna go over here. Oh, I can see a bunch of people now. Okay. I'm going to use a sorcery point to make a cantrip into a bonus action. I'm pinging the one that I'm gonna hit with. Ooh.
Oh, I missed your. Oh, it's that one right there. Okay. That's absolutely a hit. Force damage. We'll take it.
Cool. And then I'm gonna use the cool belt that you gave me and cast Blink on myself.
Ah. Ahsoka looks back. So you do know the Force.
It's part of why I wanted to use it, actually. I was like, that's just too good.
Nice.
Okay, so I roll a d20.
Correct. Yeah, I think it basically simulates the, was it the blur spell? Or is it the blink spell? It's one of the two of them. I think it's blink.
Ooh, I blinked. I think it's
Blinky
11
blink.
and higher than I blink.
Yeah, roll a die 20 at the end of your turn. On a roll of 11 or higher, you vanish from this plane and you appear in the ethereal plane. And at the start of your next turn, you return to an unoccupied space of your choice that you can see within 10 feet of the space you vanished from. And just so that you don't have to stare at a black map for the next 40 minutes, let's just go ahead and make your character very, very translucent.
Very much appreciate that.
Absolute. And if that is it for your turn, we can roll it to the next round. And that is a perfect spot for our 10-minute break as well, so we can return with the greater half of the session ahead of us. So we'll check in about 10 minutes, friends, with a lot more Are You Gaming? Wow.
Simple, simple, simple minds. I guess we'll take it one by one, baby, one by one. Just different, different, different kinds. We'll try to take it one by one, baby, one by one. So many problems, I'm already lost, yeah. My baby, I miss you too many nights. I miss your colorful lights. I think I love you too much. I miss your blueberry eyes. Fine, fine. I play the memories so Silly me, thinking you and her could work things out. I'm a third wheel on this broken car. You're a mess, just wanna get out. Silly you, why is it so hard to be real? Speak the truth, say you're sorry, hear her out. You're too proud, like a child. You think time will tell and sort things out, but you know well aside you never will if you don't. You never will if you don't. Let it sink into your mind, to your heart and your bones. 'Cause I know deep down inside you already know. Keep it real, try to focus. What's the deal? Don't say it's hopeless. Remember the good times. Is it worth fighting for? Silly you, why is it so hard to be real?
I'm guessing it's halftime break.
Say you're sorry,
Yep.
I don't know why. You're too proud to work it out.
And hello.
Actually, we held the entire game until you could get here.
I'll tell my nephew no, he was so powerful. I mean, he's already got a baseball scholarship. I'm sure it'll go to his head.
Yeah, I could just see him coming up to you one day. Hey, Uncle Justin, I just signed a $4 million contract per year. How's your day going?
Hey, that'd be great. I hope he does.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah. Yeah, I think 3.5 was the serious player's best beautiful dream and the serious GM's worst nightmare at times, with just how many fucking books and mechanics there could be. Very few of which were ever done with any semblance of balance with the existing mechanics. All right, so
yeah, you really had to police the materials you allowed. basically.
Very true. Very true. J-Man experienced that firsthand more than anybody. With the low cost of 6,000 gold pieces, he was able to access the most powerful epic spells beyond anything the books had ever put out there. And
Yep.
it was completely legal.
I broke it.
It was completely legal. Because if you remember, if you had the epic level handbook, the ability to cast 10th level spells and higher was based off of your spellcraft skill. Well, rewind all the way to the very first source book ever released, Tome and Blood. There were rules on how to construct your own magic items that added luck bonuses, circumstance bonuses, skill bonuses, random who gives a shit it's Saturday in October bonuses. And you could add 20 points to a skill for 2,000 gold pieces. So he got 3 magic items, 6,000 gold pieces, plus 60 to spellcraft. Done. Broken game, just like that. 6,000 gold pieces broke 3rd edition. Like that's how precarious that system can be. 5e, I don't know that there's really anything that can break it to that extent for so cheap of an investment. Bear with me here, though, while I'm rambling. I'm looking over Kimberly's sheet, just trying to find a cool item that will fulfill the specs here. There's nobody else that has completed their 7th game of the Lost game that also needs to do their draw. I mean, we're doing it right now. But if there is, now's the time. If not, just please bear with me a moment. This is kind of limited. Your character is not really proficient in a lot of weapons.
Yeah, it's not a great card for a caster.
I feel like a staff kind of has to be the way to go here. It's just what staffs are rare. Let's oh. Yeah, let's go check in the mercantile.
Yeah, Gail will be completing her 7th game at the end of the month.
Oh boy.
Well, I don't know if it's 6 or 7. I know I'm a game behind Don.
We're getting close. Really? A spider staff? I mean...
Does it give me more spider abilities? Because
I
I will go full Superman in this game. I will do it.
I can't imagine it would, but let's see. Oh, it does give you the ability to cast web. It does give you the ability to cast spider climb as well, but you won't need that as often. Otherwise,
Yeah, I already have.
Yeah, it's a magical staff that allows you to cast web. It's one of the lesser value rare staffs, but that just spoke out to me. I was like, spider staff. What about that staff? If I don't like this one, we'll start staggering this a little bit. Yeah, you can't attune to that one. You're not either of those classes. Alright, so let's have Don take his turn, and we're going to kind of bounce a little back and forth, and we'll get your item here shortly.
Okay. I'm going to leap that chasm. Let's see, where's my step of the wind? My sheet is longer than my arm over here.
Get what you fucking deserve!
Yeah, no. Extra. Step of the wind.
Sometimes you don't even have to go for let's break this character concept sometimes because the system wasn't balanced with each other. It just accidentally happened. Jump distance is doubled. What does that give you?
So I jumped 32 feet.
Nice.
Then I still get my bonus action, which I'll spend a key point to dash.
Kick Spartan off the edge of the bridge. Don kick Spartan off the edge of the bridge.
After I push Spartan off the edge of the bridge.
Yes!
Oh, wait, why did I do that? No, I don't want to do that.
It's so tantalizing.
Yeah, I know. And I'm going to strike that one with one attack, that one with the other attack.
I've never wanted to add force sensitive to a stormtrooper so badly in my life. Oh, gosh.
I don't know. It seems like I'm hitting like a stormtrooper.
Oh boy, and yeah, before I get too deep into this, let's let's bring Feely in over at the entrance here. And there she goes. Whee! Bring her back. Go ahead, roll your initiative. I doubt you're going to be Dawn's 32, so I think we're safe having begun the turn. AC is 16, so first shot is good.
Okay, AC is 16?
Mm-hmm.
The first shot is not good.
Alright, the second shot is good.
I rolled it. I'm going to force point that first attack.
Okay.
Never mind, I rolled that. Hold on a second. Let me just... There we go. Add the 7, so that's a 20.
Okay, so we'll take another 10 damage.
And that'll end my turn.
Alright, and since Justin's turn literally would have just passed with a 6 on the initiative, why don't you go ahead and take your turn from last round right now, because otherwise you're going to wait 30 minutes just to get onto the board.
Yeah. Alright, well, I pop in. Since I don't know what the hell's going on, I can only see Peely. I'm like, Peely, what's happening?
Yeah, and blinding lights everywhere. This area has definitely been mined. The walls bear evidence of the crystals having been thoroughly extracted. There's also blaster fire that's occasionally touching down in this area, fired from the east side of the passageway. And then, of course, anything Peely wants to add to that in-game.
Since Peely seems to be ignoring me, I'll look over to Mohula. Mohula, what's happening?
Uh-oh.
There's lots of shooting going on.
There you go, Kimberly. I found one. That was a
I
nice...
moved to there, and I'm going to take my bow, and I'm going to shoot that little thing that's floating there. It's an interrogation droid, but I have no idea what the fuck that is.
Yeah, exactly. Nice wall of text for you there, Kimberly.
Thank you.
Yep, yep.
This is Lantirthy's bow, all right.
It's got an etched middle finger on
Like,
on
to
the
be
bow
fair,
itself.
I thought it was a blood curse, not a communicable disease. That's my bad.
So yeah, I step out and you're like, no wonder she could. There's like weird hand grips on this thing. Lantirthy.
This thing is made for someone with 2 left hands.
That's my turn, I guess.
Alright, Ahsoka on the other side has taken most of her hit points and hasn't taken a single attack yet, so let's change that around. Stab into the stormtrooper here. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's try with the Shoto. There we go, there we go, there we go, yeah. Cut that one down. I don't... Yeah, we got nothing for that. Yeah, we're going to jump around the side here and get this officer backlit with the lightsaber, so hopefully some of you guys can start seeing this guy right here. I would say auto attunement, yes. And we're still going to hold on to our action surge, but yeah, hopefully backlighting that officer will help those of you across the way. And it's Mohu's turn. Nobody ever took a shot anywhere in your direction.
Okay, so I need to find a way to get across. I do have winged boots.
There's your answer right there. Can just easily fly right across. Can probably even hover over that chasm if you wanted to exercise some ranged capacity. I don't know that Moahula has a whole lot in that respect. But
Now, does the winged boots, do they go off of my movement or do they have their own?
I believe it gives you flight speed equal to your movement.
Okay, so that would be 55 feet. So do I hit ground at any time in there?
55 feet, that's going to stick you out here in the middle of the chasm somewhere, just by itself. You could get right up here next to this one, though.
But there's nowhere to land right there, right?
Correct. I mean, you don't have to land each turn. The winged boots, I think, will hold you aloft for a number of hours each day.
Correct.
So yeah, you can kind of like use them like Iron Man boots sporadically, like a few rounds here, a few rounds there. Very seldom does anybody ever run out the timer on the winged boots, like unless you're in an all-day combat and you've got like the most meticulous time management.
I've never seen Iron Man.
Ah, well, he's got boots that help him fly, among other things. So yeah, effectively this means you can fight while you're airborne. This gives you airborne combat capabilities.
Basically think of it like you can just walk on the air.
Exactly. I'm going to give Gale a few moments here to sort that out. I'm going to go reload my gardening here, and we'll check out the results of her attack. We'll keep the live stream going and all that, but I'm going to step away AFK real quick.
I can't move her over the chasm.
Because you stuck yourself in the wall, go around the wall.
Oh dear, what's going on? Looks like Gale's stuck.
Can you move me 55 feet from where I was? Because I can't do it for some reason.
There we go.
Yes, that's what I was trying to tell Don. I was getting stuck right in the middle of the black area.
Yeah, that rock formation was tripping you up right there. But yes, you are able to move over to that thing and start attacking.
Okay, good.
Oh, yes. Necrotic damage from blood loss. My oil! Oh, oh.
Okay. Does that kill?
It does not. And it makes its con save.
Okay,
so
then here comes attack number 2.
Okay. That is a miss, actually. AC 17 is what you're going for.
Don said to use a hero point.
Okay. 2 die 8, looking for a 2 or better. Oh, exactly. All right. Yeah, these things can take some damage, but we saw one of them get about halfway and then it self-destructed. Do you have anything else, or is that it? If not, we'll pass over to Spartan.
Can I, as a free action, drop a greater healing potion near Ahsoka?
He did it! He jumped off the side! Like throw it from where you're at?
Oh, like as I'm running
past. Yeah, sure. Like just kind of
All
slip it into her hand or drop it on the ground or something.
Yeah, dropping it on the ground near her and saying, as I'm running by, hey, this is a greater healing potion, so I can continue on towards enemies.
She mumbles, I bet it's poison.
So I guess that's it then if I can't use mobile.
Correct, yeah, you did use all your movement to get up to that thing.
Next.
Yeah, I'm just gonna do a dash action and move 120 feet with my free action, dropping a potion near Ahsoka.
All right, damn.
That's 30. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. That's 60. 65.
No! Men, we're being flanked!
And I'm actually just going to end my turn right there.
All right. Yeah, the officer certainly sees and hears your approach. We are gonna open fire on you at point blank range, and well, close but no cigarro. And then we will bonus action. Men, blast him! Blast him now! Bam, bam, bam. Sir, we can't see.
Wow.
Can't see a thing in this helmet.
Oh yeah.
Could I like move? Or no, I already ended my turn.
Yeah, your turn's over. This is the officers taking their turn. There's the one right here by Ahsoka that is going to try and turn and shoot her. Nope. And then we will order our men over here. Well, we would tell them to shoot Ahsoka, but she's got this nice stone protection right here, so we'll have them shoot. Shoot! Blast them all! He doesn't know who he's ordering them to shoot at this point. 2 shots on Manuel. And, wow. It's the guy down here who got the natural 20. Otherwise, they don't have the gunner feat. So that was going to be 2 misses. Instead, it turns into a nat 20 for 19 radiant. Potentially. And then our officer down here. Oh boy. I think we'll step on up. Well, we can still see Peely Beal out there. We'll try and take a blaster pistol shot on him. With advantage from the range. Not that we needed it. 7 whole radiant damage. We'll order our stormtroopers to follow suit. We can see 3 targets there. We'll have 1 shot on each of you. 1 shot on Peely Beal. That's not so good. 1 shot on Fealien. Yikes. And 1 shot on Brazilial. Damn. Alright. Did Peely Beal get that 7 radiant? I didn't see that. Looks like the rest of you got your damage there. Paul, you with us?
Wake up! Wake up!
Hey, Paul. Hey, Paul. Alright. We'll drop that off for him there. And, well, shit. We can't delay anymore. Hey, Paul, it's your turn.
Wake up! Wake up!
It is getting pretty late out there in Scotland. Not often that we lose Paul, but it has happened once or twice, I think. So let's see how it goes. You gonna be with us here, buddy? Well, shoot. All right, let's safetitude. Let's go ahead and safetitude old Peely Beal there and move it over to the interrogation droids. We got 2 of them right here. We're not quite there, so in fact we are going to shock ray Boabula, or try to. This one will float on over there and try to do a little bit of the same. Shock ray on Gale. That's another miss. Now to the stormtroopers. Stormtrooper. Stormtrooper. Okay, all 4 of them will try to shoot at Spartan again. Miss, 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 miss. The two of them right here. We're going to try our luck with Matheson again. That 23 is actually an 8 because we're in melee with you, so the 22 for 9 damage hits, but otherwise that's it there.
I will deflect the 9.
Okay.
Wonder Woman!
We got our 4 stormtroopers down there who were shooting at Peely Beale, who all of a sudden just vanished to the tunnel of safetitude. So now we're going to split our action. No, we don't have a line of sight against Katie over there. So it looks like J-Man gets all 4 shots here.
That's fucking great.
Miss, 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 miss.
Typical stormtroopers.
The first one you shot him, he didn't miss.
That is correct. That is correct. Yeah, 22 will actually hit. That's right. We have advantage. I was double checking right there. Because we see you, you don't see us. So that is a good chunk of HP there. One HP left. Okay, that's over to Katie's turn then.
Okie dokes. Looks like I'm gonna go up a few steps, come out here and target the Ito going after Moahula. Kind of help her out with that, hopefully, knock on wood.
Okay. First shot is wide to the left. Second shot will connect.
Okay, and then I will go back to where I was and try once again to hide and hopefully get a better stealth than last time. But that will be the end of my turn.
All right. So Zavara will reappear from the ethereal within 10 feet of there.
Cool. I'm gonna come over here. I'm gonna administer a superior healing potion with my bonus action. As I give it to you and be like, here, this one's not fleshy. As I give that to you. What is that, 8?
The superior 8 die 4 plus 8.
Cool. And then I'm gonna go back.
Katie got a natural 1 on her stealth. Of course she did.
Hey, I get advantage on dexterity stealth checks, so.
Standing under like 15 spotlights, you're like standing in the middle of a freaking baseball stadium that's at full capacity.
I'm standing center stage and ain't no one see me.
I'm gonna do Scorching Ray. I'm gonna do 1 at the one that's next to Moahula. I'm gonna do the other 2 at the one that's higher up.
Okay.
So first one. If I can find it, there it is.
Oh.
I will inspo that.
Okay. Take all of that. Double dough. Hey, there's something.
I'll inspo the second one if I need to do that too.
Okay. Got it.
Oh man!
Don't.
Dang it! Since I didn't blink, I'm gonna move slightly down and not be flying up in the air because I don't want to do that. I mean, there's nowhere really that I could go, so this is fine.
Alright. That's over to Philien then.
Alright, I'm going to pop into my wild shape because that really hurt and I don't want to do that again.
Yeah, for real. If that stormtrooper survives, he's going to be celebrating this day for the rest of his life. Dude, remember that time that I hit something? Yeah, man, that was epic. Stormtrooper of the month. What the? They fly now? They fly now.
So I'm moving a dash because I have winged boots, so I can just run right over there. The bonus action is change, move, and then dash to get up to him.
Oh boy. Alrighty. That's going to bring us to the top of another round here. And Dawn, that's you.
All right. First attack on the stormtrooper. I'm actually going to bonus action and use flame. So that might be a little bit of an intimidation factor as my fist start turning into flames.
Oh, jeez. I mean, this stormtrooper turns to look back at the other guy like, I don't got a good feeling about this. And the other one says, that's the wrong line. And then this guy's dead.
Step over to here, attack him with my second attack.
Okay, that'll hit.
And that'll be the end of my turn. I'm going to use my bonus action and to it.
Alright, Ahsoka will begin another turn.
Oh, I apologize. I'm going to use Tavern Brawler. I'm going to push him 5 feet.
That's funny. He looked like he was considering actually jumping off the edge here. So now we gotta see if we can catch ourselves on the edge. Whoa, we did! I don't think we're still holding on to our blaster rifle, but we've got hold of the edge just barely. Ahsoka will take a couple swipes at the Imperial officer. Try and target that blaster pistol. My goodness. Try with the offhand. There we go. It's like what she did last round. Horrible miss and then natural 20. And
Can I give her an inspo for the first one?
You could, yes.
I will do that.
In that case, she is going to chop through his blaster pistol on the first shot, and then natural 20 to thud him upside the forehead with the hilt of the lightsaber and knock him unconscious. Following that, we've still got that expeditious retreat going on here, so yeah, we're going to move and then bonus action dash over in this direction.
Reaction to attack of opportunity?
Sure.
On the good guy?
Oh, sorry, that was a good guy.
Wow, what a waste of a natural 20.
Yeah, I know, that was a waste. I thought that was like a enemy just running past me because I was trying to find out. I was trying to tell Gale, some possible strategies for the next round.
Oh, sure, blame it on Gale.
Did she take the potion?
Oh, yes, yeah, she did kick it up in the midst of all that and deliver it into her possession. She did not drink it, however. But, Gale, we'll pass it over to your turn.
Okay, so with my winged boots, I'm gonna continue over this way, land myself here. Is that solid ground, or am I teetering on the edge somewhere?
It's a little of both right there. It's more teetering than solid, but you could stand on top of the dead stormtrooper for more earth under your feet, as it were.
You're just gonna ignore the droid you were fighting?
I guess so.
Sorry, my bad.
I thought she was like, I'm going to save some targets for the people still stranded on the west.
I was confused.
Doe. 17 is our AC.
Okay, hero point.
All right. Good enough.
Does that hit?
Yes, it does. We'll take. We got the damage.
Okay, then attack number 2.
I was going to say I need to roll my con save there, but you're just going to destroy it on that shot, sending another one of these things tumbling into the canyon.
Okay, and then I can still do a movement, right?
Yes.
Oh, and I'm going to give an intimidating look to that stormtrooper that's hanging on for dear life there.
Best biggest Wookiee he's ever seen.
What a waste of a natural 20.
And that's it for me.
I was going to have him give you a middle finger and then realize that he needed his hands to hold on. And okay, Spartan, your turn.
First attack towards the officer.
God. Wow, these guys are just all kinds of stubborn. Look at their dice showing up on their morale checks here. Keep at it, men. We've got him right where we want. God.
Can I inspo that?
You've got Peerless Fighter. You always have advantage.
Oh, fair point. Yep.
So that's a dead Imperial officer.
Immediately. Okay, good to know.
I may
All
not
right.
always remember the Peerless Fighter, but hopefully between the two of us and then eventually your table.
Next up, next trooper.
God. You guys, my armor saved me! No way, dude. Hey, that's bogus, man.
I'm gonna force point that. 2d8.
2 die 8, you're looking for a 6 or better. Oh, alright. Well, that's a dead stormtrooper. Sorry, guys, I lied! That's what I thought, man.
And then, is it possible to
free ability to switch spaces with this guy? Remember, you promised you'd take the next hit for me, bro.
Is it possible to shove? No, I can't shove 2 people. I can only shove 1.
Correct, yeah. Unless you were like super Spartan.
No. As athletic as this character is, no. I'm just gonna make another attack then.
All right. Oh, jeez. Yeah, later, bro. These guys are not that healthy.
And then I'm going to move right about there. And I'm going to end my turn.
Boy. Oh, boy. Oh, these poor stormtroopers. They don't know why they're here either. Well, that's a lie. They used to not know why they were here. Now they've got a better idea. This Imperial officer is unconscious.
What's even better is they're like, this guy's got a fucking sword.
He's just hacking us apart with a jagged piece of metal. It's so uncouth. Well, this one trains his blaster pistol on the Fia-Lien creature, and he can just sense somebody approaching behind him, and then he hears the buzz of the lightsabers. Ah, crap. Yeah, I'm going to try to whip around here real quick and shoot Ahsoka at point-blank range. Oh, if only I had advantage. And that's going to trigger the second use of her force shield. Eldritch Knight Fighter gave me a pretty good Jedi substitute here. Just had to make a few slight additions, make it less armor-based, more monk AC-based, and got ourselves a nice little Ahsoka substitute here. But, yeah, that's all the remaining Imperial officer can do, aside from bonus action, order his guys here to shoot the Justin creature. Bam, bam, bam. Well, disadvantage at point-blank range. Still hits 14 damage. The other 2 do not. Let's check in the Tunnel of Safetitude. Is Peely Beal back with us? I think he may have passed out. I sent him a DM as well.
Since that's radiant damage, my boon doesn't resist that, right?
I think it's the Boon of Resilience, I think, is only for physical damage, yeah.
Right, okay.
Okay, well, this thing is going to come floating over here. We're going to try to see if we can find out where Katie is hiding. Aha! And we will float right over here to get into a better position. And, oh, there's 2 of you over here. We're still going to shoot at Virgilial here. Continue the trend, dealing a dozen or more points of damage around. Zot. And then our stormtroopers will start with the Northern Cavern Massacre here, as it will come to be told. Okay. So this guy drops his blaster rifle, and he goes, "I surrender! Have mercy!" And the one to the north goes, "Coward!" And he drops this at his feet. And we're going to take everybody out. Dex saves from all involved. Finally, they get an at 20 on a dex save, and it's the guy who surrendered.
Can I inspo and hero point that?
You can inspo and just re-roll the whole thing entirely, see if it gets you that 15. Now you need a force point. Yeah, this grenade was definitely made on Fondor. Alright. You are good on your dex save, so you're going to take 5 whole points of piercing damage on the successful save, or make that 2 with your unique power. The guy
with my regen, that would put me back at 128.
The guy who dropped the grenade, ironically, is the one who takes the most damage. Then,
am I able to react to that and just kick him?
Not if you don't have a reaction to allow such. Nobody left your threatened zone, so we didn't provoke an attack in that regard. This stormtrooper is going to try and pull himself back up. All right, everything's turning out Millhouse. Stubborn to the end. You know what? I'm going to do it too. Since I dropped my blaster rifle into the chasm, I'm going to drop a frag grenade right on this guy's body and try to blow all 3 of us to Kingdom Come. Somehow Moahula failed the save while the rest of us made it. That's 11 points of piercing damage on a fail, 5 on a success. And then down here, yeah, we're all facing west here. So we're gonna try to open fire on Fealien. First shot is normal. And then the next 3 are at disadvantage. Miss, and hey, we got one through for 8 points of Radiant. And then we send it over to Katie's turn.
Yeah, so like I'm not having a good time over here, so yeah, we're gonna just go back up to them, I guess. And well, no, I don't. This is not a melee character. This is a ranged character. I don't have to do anything for movement. I am just gonna shoot at this dude because he keeps shooting at me, and it's not nice.
I forgot the elevation, but yeah, it's hovering like 10 feet up. I forget, is she a swashbuckler as well?
No, she is a scout.
Gotcha. So we'll take that, but no sneak attack. And then the second shot, as it looks, is a miss. Getting near the final hour, though. Do you want to spend that inspo?
Yeah, fuck it.
All right.
Dude keeps hitting me. I'm mad, so yeah, fuck it.
We'll take it.
And then, actually, I will move
And if she's doing inspo,
Okay.
that makes it an advantage attack, which makes it a sneak attack.
Oh, yes, that's true. Take that extra 8.
Like, are these? Is there like room for me to be just over here, or is this like
There is?
bikes and shit? Okay, so it's just like I don't know if it's supposed to be full and it's just that it's not even something we're gonna try to fuck with, or if it was just like there's some space between these big rock crystal things, and then I will continue to be stealthy.
Yeah, somebody was asking earlier about how to mine some of these crystals, and it looks like there are a bunch of fist-sized purple Kybers just laying on the cave floor here, as it were, and finally you get a decent stealth there. Of course, you're backlit by the lights inside of this area, but doing the best you can. Let's check and see what Zavara's got this round.
I'm gonna use my new toy, and I'm gonna use my natural 20 on it, and I'm gonna use the thing that gives me extra fire damage. 'Cause why not?
Oh dear. Well, okay. So that's going to be plus, that's 20, 8, 30, 36. All right. Oh,
He's still up?
just barely. It is all kinds of sputtering and staticky now.
Alright, I'll use a sorcery point and do a can. Or, I don't. Yes, I do. And.
Got it before it could self-destruct. Nice.
Nice.
Final interrogation droid off the board.
And that should be everything.
Okay. Over
Oh,
here. See what Felian has for this round.
I blinked.
Nice.
I'm going to just lay into these two guys in the south, claw on the bottom one, bite on the guy above him.
Two for 2 on that. This guy's got a decent health pool. They don't stand to much, but it'll take more than one shot to bring him down, it looks like.
And they're just holding rifles, right?
Correct. You can see they've got a grenade at their belt as well, but it doesn't look like they have any melee options.
I'm going to move away and kind of tuck myself under that crystal outcropping right there.
You just hear a hail of blaster fire and then Ahsoka screaming out. All right. It's over to Dawn versus the belligerent stormtrooper who now doesn't even have his grenade. Looks like he's planning to go unarmed with you. Just your speed.
Okay. I am going to look over at Moa. Do you want to finish this, or you want me to?
You'll handle me, the arrogance.
Be my guest.
Ah, thank you. I appreciate that. All right, first attack. Inspiration.
You're nothing. Oh, damn it. Well, that's more hit points than I have. Ugh.
Considering it's the end of the month, I'm going to get more anyway. So. That was quick. Actually, that didn't feel like it felt quick.
It's not the usual speed.
Yeah, so I'm done because I'm kind of stunned with how fast it was he went down.
Yeah, you did see Ahsoka run off to the south. You almost attacked her, and you can hear the combat still going on down there. Likewise, you can hear stuff going on up around the northern passage. Mostly it sounds like a can opener and a lot of screaming.
Yeah, let's go south.
And while you do that, Ahsoka will try to land her first ever natural attack with her primary weapon. Keeps rolling frickin' ones. And I saw somebody ask for it earlier. I tell you, if she was more bloodthirsty than she is, I mean, this is perfect right here. But she doesn't really want to kill people. So we are in a bit of a quandary in that respect. And we're just going to try to maim / injure. I guess another natural one. Hey, look at that. Yep, there it is. Mandatory. Pretty sure the
I'll
character.
inspo that one.
Pretty sure the character sheet was insulted that I assigned Ahsoka's name to it. Inspo, we're going to need to re-roll. 15 is this guy's AC. That is good enough. Neither attack is good enough to get his weapon, which is what we're trying for, so we do end up inadvertently... Stand still, damn you! And Moahula, back over to your turn. Same choice that Dawn had. You can hear buzzsaws, can openers screaming, and an explosion to the north, or lightsabers buzzing, and you saw Manuel go south.
Okay. Can I go this way?
You can fly, so you've got a direct open path to just kind of float right over that open expanse. Yeah, you certainly don't have to take the long way around by any stretch. If you've got a lightning bolt or another line attack, these guys are perfectly set up for you as well, like dominoes.
Well, I'm gonna go this way. And then I'm going to use... Where is it? There it is. Whoop. Is it that? There we go.
Ah.
As a bonus action.
DC 17.
Yeah, they are certainly frightened. Not likely to last that way for very long. Probably
Well, till the end of my next turn. Alright, and here come the attacks.
You'll get advantage because they're frightened. And good thing.
What armor class do I need to hit?
With the advantage, that will get it done. 19, you're looking to hit a 16.
Awesome. Does that kill him or not?
Not quite. Shaved off about half his health bar.
Okay, and here comes number 2.
And that's exactly it. We had 30 hit points with that one, so that will get the job done.
Very cool. Okay.
Stop shouting.
Nope,
I'm not deaf. That's it
Oh,
for you?
sorry, I thought I had my finger off the button.
Oh, not you. I was talking to Don because I can hear him shouting in the back.
That's how he communicates. He's in
I
the
know.
bedroom. I'm in the living room.
I know, it's the
So-
same thing with Brad and Terry. It's funny, like most of our couples are like sitting on opposite ends of wherever their places of residence are. It's funny to hear them communicate. All right, Spartan, back up here to your turn where you've almost got a near flawless victory going here.
Can I see if there's another grenade on the belt of either one of them?
The dude that surrendered still has his.
I'm gonna grapple him.
Okay.
And I'm going to grab said grenade and put it in between him and his other buddy.
All right, well, let's begin with the grapple. That is your athletics check. All right, grapple is established. Now you're contesting an item in my possession. That's going to be a... okay, so your grapple takes 1 attack. Contesting for the item will take a extra attack. Same roll here. It's going to be your athletics check. All right, so takes 2 attacks, but you have obtained the grenade.
Can I like let it go off?
If you've got a 3rd attack, you can drop it
As a
and
bonus
arm.
action?
Not as a bonus action.
Oh.
Yeah, it does require a full action to pull the pin and place it in somewhat of a precise manner. Even if you're haphazardly trying to drop it, it's still an action-based item.
Don't suppose I can bonus action shove, can I?
If you have the feat that allows that, you can. Otherwise, that is a standard action as well. Baldur's Gate did a lot of players dirty, thinking that everybody gets that as a bonus.
I don't think I do.
I forget what feat it is. I've only ever seen one character able to do it, but it definitely set a precedent because I kept going, no, you can't do that with the bonus, and he had to keep posting the feat. He's like, yes, I can do it. Everybody else cannot do it.
I believe it is the grappler feat.
That might be the case.
There's also a Shield Master can do it.
Yes, that was the one. Yes, he was Shield Master. It was a Crumb from last campaign.
Then can I bonus
Tavern
action?
Brawler allows you to do a shove too.
Oh, nice.
Like a push.
Yes, you have that.
Could I bonus action unarmed attack then? Is that possible or no?
I think so.
Is he a monk?
I'm a fighter.
Then that's a monk thing.
You could action surge and then get a whole other set of actions.
I don't think we've had a short rest between the span of the golem previous area and then until now. So I don't have my action surge. Otherwise, I guess that is my turn.
It sounds like you're done, yeah. The officer is unconscious. Peely Beale is still, I think, unconscious in real life. And then our stormtroopers here. Fuck. This one's like struggling, grappling with you. He's like, what? I surrendered. What? God damn it. And he loses hold of his grenade. Let's see how stubborn we are this time. Oh, not at all. We're going to disengage, and then we are getting the hell out of Dodge. You're on your own, asshole!
Is that the guy who was who dropped his weapon?
Oh, that's right. You've got me grappled.
About to say.
Okay. So, yeah, we're going to have to try to oppose that. Likelihood of that slim to none.
Do I have to roll the athletics?
Yeesh. Alright. Yeah, we're not doing anything, so the guy who did not surrender will just try to take a shot. That's not doing anything, and it's not a huge deal, but it's definitely worth possibly pulling at the thread later on. A guy who is clearly of no threat to you, who has clearly surrendered, dropped his weapon, and is doing nothing but trying to escape from you, and you seem determined to do nothing but end his life. Makes this GM wonder what is Spartan's alignment. And don't tell me there's anything good in there, because you're going to get a loud bullshit in response. We'll pull at that thread later on. That's Stormtroopers done right there. We're going to pass it over to these ones right here. Oh, boy. Well, I think it went under the crystal thing. I don't have a line of sight on it. Oh my god, there's a floating line over here. Where? I can't see anything. Take your helmet off. It's against regulations, sir. Okay, looks like we're going to train... Hey, there's a Jedi here behind us. 2 shots on Mohula. I think we took 3 shots accidentally. Ignore that 20. It's a 22 to hit. Gale for 10 radiant, and then a missed attack.
Is that the fighting guy?
That, as a matter of fact, it would be, yes. So, yeah, that's miss. And then the 20 is to hit Ahsoka. And that will actually burn through, because we have used our force slots for the combat. At least of that level. Okay, let's check in with Katie's turn.
Alright, so I'm gonna, I guess, go south here. Okay, let's see what this gets me. Not a whole lot. So I'm going to kind of turn to I think it's Zavara. I think part of my thing is over her field. Do I see her?
She's
Yes,
in another
we-
plane right now, actually. She was right there.
Cool. Great. Then I am just going to use my bonus action dash for another 35 feet.
Alright.
Oh, is there stuff down here? I can't see. Is this just like shadow shading, or is there like kind of space between one end and the other here?
That is just a steep drop into the abyss. Either of these steps.
Oh, okay.
And this is a rock structure that used to have Kyber crystals in it, but it has been thoroughly excavated.
Fun. Okay. And then it looks like this kind of deal here goes all the way down, so like this is kind of stops here, and then there's like a space between them. Can't really.
Like you can go around this way to get over to that spot, for sure.
Right, but
it's just kind of like the
I don't know
far
if I asked that
southern.
question,
Yeah,
but-
it's just like the end of the map right over there, though.
Yeah, so then they are connected kind of down here somehow, or at least in a jumpable distance between one side and the other, I think, right?
Like to do
Oh,
this?
okay, no.
Yeah,
oh my god,
exactly.
no, I thought this was just like empty space. I'm an idiot. This is so fun. Life is great. Life is so good right now. Okay. And then I want to use my action to drink one of my potions of supreme healing so I can
All
have
right.
more than 23 hit points.
Get restored all the way back up to full. All good.
And then I will pass it to Zavara.
All right.
My health just jumped around, so I don't know if that's where I'm supposed to be.
Yeah, I'm not positive either. We're at the tail end of this combat, though, so I imagine for our regenerating characters that will be quickly forgotten anyway.
Okay, so I'm gonna come out here from the ethereal plane. And then I will move. Okay, and then sorry, I'm gonna look up a spell real quick.
All right.
Okay, this should work. Maybe it'll actually do something this time.
Let's just see.
Just has to be within 60 feet of me, so I should be able to put it right in the center one and get all 4 of those over
That's
there.
what I'm thinking, yeah. All right. Jeez. Go ahead and roll that damage. Okay. You take 8. You take 4. You take 8. You take 4. All right.
And then Ahsoka can do the hit die to regain hit points.
Oh, nice.
Whatever it is, plus 4. Well, I do not blink.
Womp womp. All right. Felian, over to your turn.
Corporal, look out behind you.
Even though I'm actually flying, it looks like I'm creepily like just scurrying up the side of the wall.
Oh man, he hasn't even used his invisibility power here tonight. This could be so much worse.
I know. I was like, it's an action. So yeah, I come up on this guy. I'm gonna see if I can finish him off.
Wow. Okay.
Obviously, inspelling that.
Gotcha. That'll do the job. 1 down, 2 to go.
And then swipe the next guy up with the claw. You know what? Since I might as well natural 20 this guy.
Oh god.
I was just about to remind you of that.
That's another one. Anything else for you there? Just scooting up.
Yeah, just scurry up and squat on the bodies and look at the two that are still alive.
Yeah, it's just cleanup now at this point. Dawn, your turn.
All right. I'm going to use my one short rest as an action per month. So I'm going to have a short rest. I'm going to get all my key points back. Does this also allow me to tune to my bow? It's really not that important right now, though. But
it would.
Okay, so I'm attuned to my bow, and that's it. Everything.
Okie dokie.
Considering this is the end of the combat, it's just cleanup.
Ahsoka is going to attempt to intimidate a surrender out of this guy. That could have gone better. Alright, we're going to shove this guy off the cliff. As a matter of fact, we're going to use that and drag him towards us in this direction. And she's just going to look very intently into his eyes with as much intimidation as she can muster. Order your men to stand down now. And Gale, that's already your turn. As the officer is starting to... You got some...
Okay, is this guy here, he's still frightened until the end of my turn, right?
Is it the end of your last turn or this turn? Either way, it's yes or maybe.
Well, it should be till the end of this turn, because
Okay.
it would have been till the end of my next turn,
Gotcha.
which would be this one.
That is correct.
Okay, and we're flanked also. He's flanked also. Woohoo!
Oh, good.
Alright, so here. Oh, okay. We're going to turn on the Great Weapon Mastery.
This guy finally manages to order his last stormtrooper to stand down and surrender, but the stormtrooper's just all kinds of frightened, confused, and caught literally between a rock and a hard place. And, well, that's going to leave him with a mighty 2 hit points.
Okay, so I'll go for my... Oh, Don said let him live.
Let him live. Totally your call. We've got one officer surrendered. We've got another one who seems in the process of such.
Can she just say non-lethal and for her last hit?
That's correct. Yeah, you can take another swing and just knock him out. That's always a melee advantage.
Okay, I will do that then. That
All
sounds
right.
good.
That's exactly how that goes down. So yeah, we're just going to clonk that stormtrooper unconscioso. Bonk. Ugh.
Okay, and then I'm going to do a move and come over here to see what's going on.
He slowly slides off the cliff and dies.
Wow.
And that ends my turn.
Alright, yeah. Ahsoka's got this guy almost like in a Darth Vader neck clench, except she's literally using the Force and like kind of pulling him by the collar of his shirt towards her. And yeah, this guy is obviously cowed and ready to surrender as soon as his turn is imminent. Unfortunately, there's no such leadership up here where Spartan's got free reign.
I'm going to attempt to grapple the other one as well.
Oh, God.
Inspo.
I was gonna laugh my ass off if I rolled like lower than an 11, because natural 1 is not an automatic failure on a skill check. 18 will be my 16, however.
All right, I'm now going to drag them away from the ledge towards the rest of the group.
Alrighty.
And I believe that is 60 feet because of the boots of speed. So I'm at like the entrance to
What did you do with the grenade? Because that was in your free hand that you're now grappling
I dropped
Stormtrooper
it.
to. So it's just sitting on the floor?
Yes.
Very good.
It is sitting on the floor and I dropped it.
Okie doke.
Now I move 60 feet
Sure.
towards the party.
Okay.
Then he gets possessed by a ghost.
With them in tow. No.
No.
Your
Enough of
movement,
that.
your movement would be halved with them in your custody. So if 60 is your normal, 30 is what we would be looking at. So you should just be on the front side of them right here. You could be as far, like, yeah, about right there. Okay, and then our Imperial officer here will give the official order to stand down. There are... Yeah, you can actually hear that over the comms on the Stormtroopers' helmets. Spartan is close enough that he can make out what's being said inside their earpieces, faint as it is. And one of the Stormtroopers I already surrendered. The other one, who's been fighting tooth and nail, will finally release his blaster rifle and just let it clank to the floor there. And then we head back across the chasm here to check in with Brasilia.
Okay. So where is my mouse? There it is. I'll take some of our movement here and go this way. Maybe. No, that just loops back around there that way. Okay, so it's the other way. Okay. I'm beginning to think there's not a way over there from down here. Sure. We'll just go back up, I guess.
Yeah, people have either been flying or occasionally able to jump that space between the crystal bridge in the center area.
I barely made that.
Oh god, I would never make any of the jumps required to get over there. So we'll go back up using movement action, so dash action, I guess.
Anybody got a portable bridge?
Yeah.
If only Skull Crusher was in this group. You know he's got one.
Okay, I would probably be doing so at disadvantage. Let me measure something out right here.
Ooh, possession should be the next superpower.
Okay. 40. Okay, that's totally shootable. I'm not sure.
Who are you shooting? This stormtrooper is unconscious and laid out flat.
This one that I can barely see.
Oh, geez. Alrighty.
I'm assuming that's gonna be at like a disadvantage or something because I can barely see him, but well, go for it.
Yeah, as it stands, those are not going to land. You do have a force point if you want to change that on either of them.
I used it already.
Oh, I thought you only used your inspiration.
No, I used my hero point too on the first round of attacks, I think.
Gotcha.
No,
Well,
fuck it.
damn.
We'll let it sit there. I'm gonna let it sit there. It's fine. I will pass it to Zavara.
All right.
So what are we doing? Are we fighting? Are we done fighting? What's going on?
Yeah, there's nobody over here still actively resisting. It sounds like things have sufficiently quelled.
Yeah, I guess I'll just hold my crossbow and attack if that dude turns hostile again.
Okay. Over to J-Man. What you thinking?
Looks like and sounds like it's all kind of done. So I'll remain in this form for now because I can stay in this form for a few hours. So, and just kind of wander around, looking to see, make sure we got everybody.
Okay. Yeah, let's drop the initiative. Let's move everybody over into this area, minus, I guess, Katie, we're going to have to figure out how we're getting her across the chasm here. Hopefully somebody who can fly can just offer a lift. But we've got 4 captives here who we can at least sufficiently pin into this area here. None of them seem particularly eager for resistance. Both of the officers... I'm sorry, one of the officers and one of the stormtroopers are currently... Oh shit, I forgot we got a 5th one here. That's right. 1 stormtrooper, 1 officer unconscious, and then the other 3 are fully conscious and aware of what's going on. That's what I like to see. Everybody roll a die 20, please. Looks like Katie's got her way to get across. That's a bunch of midway numbers there, 14 being our top. Okay.
Does Katie want to ride?
Yeah. Rick will just kind of like look at you and be like, "It's you, but it's not you, and this is very strange. But it's the only way I can go over, so I guess I will." Over. I don't know where you are exactly over there, but I will just come over. Oh, there you are. Up there. So cool. I'll hang out over here. I made it to my new friends.
Alright, so going back to that Coalescence Nexus event, the timeline has reached the next major milestone. And we can all sense, regardless of magical affinity or absence thereof, we are all quite certain that this event is reaching critical mass in a very, very quick span of time. So how do we want to proceed?
It's directly to the north of us?
It seems like it's still pretty much straight east. Fielian is closest, but she can see the path leading off of this map to the next area. We can sense that we are closing on it, maybe 20 minutes out at most. We kind of have a sense of how far out time-wise we are rather than distance-wise.
All right, I say we just move it.
Yeah, I mean, Fielian we'll go invisible at this point and start moving that way. I'm not even waiting for anybody else at this point.
What are we doing with all these guys?
Leave them.
Has someone taken all their weapons and stuff? Have we already gotten all that?
Yeah, Soko's looking at them and says, that's exactly what I was thinking. They've already disarmed their blasters, but check and make sure they don't have grenades or sidearms.
The two that I brought over, I took the grenade off of one of them and dropped it over where they were stationed at, and they both dropped their blasters on the way over.
Once they are sufficiently disarmed, Ahsoka will begin moving to catch up with the rest of the group as well. And she will just give them a stern, don't follow us. And yes, this is the first sighting that we will have here, and a perfect place for the tail end of our session this evening. I don't have your tokens on the board yet, but that's kind of irrelevant because there is no dynamic lighting on this map. You should be able to see everything in its brilliance, or it's a completely pitch black screen. So let's in fact get rid of dynamic lighting. There we go. The Kyber crystal mine in all of its beauty. Your characters will be approaching from this area. On the southern side of the map, there is a assembly line of Kyber crystals that have been manufactured and are being distributed to this point right here, where upon reaching it, we will find out in game. Our wonderful Nexus event that has drawn us all to this point is clearly visible in the center of this chamber, where a multitude of Imperial droids continue aimlessly about their tasks, seemingly oblivious or uncaring to what's going on around them. There are two Imperial scientists who are basically trapped on the other side of this thing. They don't see a safe way to get across without touching this thing. Even seemingly on this side, they seem hesitant to try to make that break for it. And then something that J-Man and Katie, I think, will have a particular appreciation for.
Gee whiz, love it.
Welcome back to the Hyri, the preeminent foe of the Enemir First Step Reimagined campaign. We've been seeing a few episodes of that during our Coalescence recap over the last month or so. We got a good number of episodes of that. For those who did not catch or are unfamiliar, the Hyri are red energy creatures. They are completely immune to a great number of damage sources, and their touch causes a madness known as overcharge. It's basically a improved confusion spell, and these things seemingly exist purely to appear within civilized spaces, overcharge, infect a great number of the populace, and that populace just turns mad and berserk and begins tearing apart their own civilization. And then those who survive this, because a lot of the people who turn berserk start attacking each other. They have no idea what they're doing. But after the expiration, after the duration, those who survive these events tend to just be traumatized for life. It's just like, oh my god, what did I do? What's happened? I've completely been part of ruining this entire civilization that that we're part of. And they are unique to the Enemir homebrew, so their appearance here at Cyberpunk Waterdeep definitely seems to indicate we might be expanding our Coalescence tagline here by a third keyword. And I'm just gonna, spoiler alert, that's not a good thing. You don't want too many coalescences in one spot. We saw that when we tried to teleport. And final spoiler alert here. This room will be the final room for one of your characters. I don't know which one, but we are at that point where one of our characters will be saying farewell, and we'll find out more about that in session 21 or session 22 as we try to resolve the Kyber Crystal Cave Nexus. All 6 tables officially at their Nexus points. Wednesday, the first one to officially see their point. And that is lining up perfectly with our schedule. We are now done with week 20. We got week 21 and then week 22, and then we've got a month of downtime after that. So 4 more weeks of games and then 4 weeks off after that before we head into the later half of 2025 with a lot more RU gaming. And you know it, friends, there is no RU without you. So stay tuned for the adventures to continue in the Coalescence. We'll see you next time, friends. Much love.
Night, everyone.
Night.
Night, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
이렇게 말은 하지 않아도 돼. 지금 이 순간을 그려보는 거야. 지금 이대로 가득히. 너와 너의 맞닿은 입술이 떨어지고 쏟아지는 너의 깊은 우주. 영원하지 않다는 말은 믿지 않을래. 우리 비추는 별빛에 너와 내 눈을 맞추면 저 깊은 곳으로 빠져버릴 거야. Oh, every day, every night 넘쳐 흘러버린 맘에 내 두 손을 꼭 잡아줬으면 해. 조금만 더 맞춰줄래. 이렇게 말은 하지 않아도 돼. 지금 이 순간을 그려보는 거야. 지금 이대로 가득히.
Every day, every night 이제 나만 바라봐. 너 덕분에 got my life looking hella fly. 내 맘이 편한데 I'll never regret all the time that you and I've spent. 이렇게나 자꾸 너만 보여 너를 원해. Everything about you is making me say knowing I'm priceless. Girl, you are my treasure. I want you every single night.